It's so nice to see all of you. Would you like to hear a story?
Yes.
Perfect, because that's what I came to do. And we're going to do a little cooking this morning, perhaps. Hot day for cooking, but that's the way it is. Once upon a time, there was a soldier who was walking down a long, long road on his way home from the war. And he had a dog beside him. Only 2 days before, this dog had started to follow the soldier and didn't seem to be going anywhere else, so they became companions. And he was a very nice and very friendly dog, and the soldier enjoyed having the company. Well, the soldier was cold, and he was tired, and he was hungry. But he had no money for food or lodging. He had not had anything to eat for 2 whole days, though he had managed to find a few bones for the dog. "Oh, how I wish I could have a good dinner tonight," he said to the dog, "and a warm bed to sleep in, and a big, juicy bone for you." And the dog wagged his tail. He agreed with that idea, for sure. Now, this dog, like lots of dogs, really loves to eat and gets very excited about food. So you're going to help me out with the dog as we go along, all right? And don't worry, you'll all be able to do it really easily. So the soldier figured a warm dinner and a warm bed seemed very unlikely, so he kept trudging on down the road. But a little while later, he saw the lights of a village off in the distance. "Oh, perhaps we'll find something to eat there," he said to the dog, "and maybe we can sleep in a hayloft." So they kept going. And when they reached the village, the soldier and the dog walked into the village square. And there were a few people in there, and the soldier tried to say hello to them, but they were not very friendly. Nevertheless, the soldier went up to the first house he came to, and he knocked on the door. "Good evening to you," he said to the woman who answered. "Could you spare a bit of food for a hungry soldier and perhaps a bone for my dog?" We hardly have enough to feed ourselves," said the woman. "Now take your dog and be off with you." Well, that wasn't very promising, was it? Nevertheless, the soldier went to the next house and knocked on the door. Well, a man answered that door, and the soldier said, "Could you spare a bit of food, and might you have a corner where I could sleep tonight?" "Oh, no," said the man. "We gave all the food we could spare to the soldiers who came before you, and our beds are full." And with that, he slammed the door in the soldier's face. And so it went all through the village. No one was willing to share any food at all. By now, there were more people in the square, and they were talking to one another and eyeing the soldier and his dog with suspicion. The soldier just could not face the idea of spending another night by the side of the road, cold and hungry. So he cleared his throat and said as loudly as he could, "Good people, I am a hungry soldier in a strange land. I have asked you for food, but you have none to spare. So in order to eat tonight, I will just have to make some nail soup." Nail soup? The people stared at the man. Was he mad, or was this something they should know about? "First," said the soldier, "I will need a large iron pot, so there will be soup for everyone. And I'll need enough water to fill the pot and wood to build a big fire. Well, a group of men, they were very curious about this, so they ran off and they fetched a really big pot. And other men brought buckets of water and filled up the pot, and others started a fire. And in a little bit of time, they lifted up the pot and set it on the fire so it could begin to heat up and boil. Well, said the soldier, this is going to be wonderful. Let's get started. And he reached into his pocket and he pulled out one iron nail, and then he dropped it into the pot. The villagers were growing more and more curious. Any good soup needs salt and pepper, said the soldier. So a group of children, maybe some of you, ran and fetched some salt and pepper, and the soldier added the salt and pepper to the pot. And this is where you come in. And the dog wagged its tail. And the dog's going to do that every time something gets added to the pot. So can you take care of that part of the story? All right, here we go. So we've got salt and pepper in the pot. And the soldier started to stir the pot. And then he said, I have to say I have already used this nail to make several pots of delicious soup. It may be starting to lose its flavor. If any of you had anything you could share for this soup, that would be a great help. I think I could spare some carrots, said one of the women. She went away and came back with her apron full of carrots. The soldier popped the carrots into the pot and that was a practice run. Let's do it one more time. And there you go. You've got it. So we've got carrots in the pot now. Well, then the man who had slammed the door in the soldier's face, he offered some onions from his garden. So the soldier put the onions into the pot and the dog wagged his tail. Excellent, excellent. Well, then, after everyone else had seen that beginning to happen, people contributing, they started to call out to the soldier to offer what they had for the soup. So villagers, what could you share to go into this soup? Okay, first of all, who in this room likes soup? Oh, phew, we have some people who like soup. That's excellent. So what have we got to share? Tomatoes. Tomatoes, wonderful. Potatoes. Cucumbers.
Meat.
Oh, meats.
Some nice peppers.
Oh, peppers.
Leeks.
Leeks, excellent. Back there. Chicken. Oh, my gosh, you're such generous people. You've got basil. Oh, let's have one more. Garlic. Yum, yum. And seasoning, somebody's going to... Oh, do we have one right back? Ah, yes. Vegetables? Oh, bread to dip. Oh, my goodness. Okay, we'll take one more and then we need... Hot dogs? All right.
He said hot sauce.
Hot sauce? Okay, zippy soup. All right, this is excellent. Wow, the soldier was kept so busy putting everything into the pot, and the dog wagged his tail. And it was wagging because so much was going into the pot. Oh my goodness. Well then, what we need to do now is we've got a lot in this pot, so we need to stir this soup now, get it all mixed up together. So you ready? We're gonna do a little stirring. Here we go. We stir and stir and stir. And it's always a good idea to go the other way because you mix things in even better if you go both ways. Wow. The soup was beginning to simmer, and the villagers could smell its wonderful aroma. Oh, they were so excited. And the soldier said, "All right, the soup is almost done, and there will be enough for everyone to have some soup. So set up some tables in the square, and we'll soon be sitting down to eat." Well, the villagers ran around and they brought all kinds of tables out from their houses, and they lined them up along the square and made two big, long tables, and they brought chairs and bowls and spoons. And then someone said, "Doesn't good soup deserve to be eaten with some bread and maybe some cider? And how about some roast meat? And there should be a big juicy bone for the dog." And the dog? Yes, he liked that idea a whole heck of a lot. So, before you could say nail soup, there was a feast laid out on those tables. They were covered with food. And the soldier began to dish out all that soup, and everyone sat down to eat. Never had they tasted such a soup, and to think it was made from a single iron nail. It was so delicious. Well, the villagers ate and drank and danced and sang far into the night. And then they began to grow tired and they started to head home. The soldier said to someone, "Would there be a hayloft where my dog and I could sleep tonight?" "Let such a good man sleep in the loft of a barn? Oh, no." He slept in the best bed in the village, tucked up warm and snug in a bed in the mayor's own house, and the dog curled up by the fire. Well, the next morning, all the villagers gathered again in the square to say goodbye to the soldier and his dog. "Many thanks for what you have taught us," they said. "We will never go hungry again now that we know how to make soup from a single iron nail." Well, the soldier was just getting ready to go when the blacksmith stepped forward and presented him, we've got another one here, with a new iron nail. "I got up early this morning and made it just for you. It should be full of flavor for your next pot of soup." Wow, the soldier thanked him and put the nail in his pocket, and then he went around and he shook hands with the villagers, and the dog was saying goodbye to everyone. Oh my gosh, and then the soldier said, "I enjoyed spending time with you," and off he went down the road. He had to whistle for the dog because the dog was still busy saying goodbye to everybody. The dog came running, and the two of them started off again down the road. And the dog? Oh, did we have a little nap there? And the dog? Excellent. The villagers never forgot that soldier. Without even knowing it, he had shown them that hard times had turned them into poor neighbors. But he had also showed them how they could come together again and rejoice in one another's company. So they began to have a community dinner every month, and they shared whatever food they had. And at every one of those dinners, there was a big pot of nail soup simmering over a fire in the village square. And that's nail soup. Thank you. Thank you. I love that story. And it comes in lots of different versions. There's stone soup. There's bone button borscht. Kathy has a version with a copper penny. There's lots and lots of versions. It's a great tale.